Someone somewhere is whispering, you'd be happier if you had just one more thing. Your dissatisfaction is profitable. Your insecurity is a gold mine. Your longing is the business model. The moment you stop buying into the lie is the moment you start building something real. This is The Unhappy American, a short-run podcast calling out the lies, flipping the script, and giving you real tools to take your happiness back. Because you don't need to do more, you need to do different. Subscribe now, not to the life they told you to want, but to the one you choose. Welcome to The Unhappy American. This is not a podcast about fixing you, because you are not broken. This is a short-run series about the cultural lies we've been sold about happiness and how to take our power back, one bold truth at a time. Each episode tackles one belief, one behavior, or one system that's keeping us unhappy and offers a new way to think, lead, and live. This show isn't about manifesting your way out of misery. It's about pulling back the curtain on the invisible forces shaping your life and handing you the tools to start building something different. So if you've ever looked around and thought, this can't be it, you're in the right place. Welcome. I'm glad you're here. I want to start by saying this as clearly as I can. You are not broken. You're just being sold to all the time. Every scroll, every ad, every moment you're not consciously resisting, someone somewhere is whispering, you'd be happier if you had just one more thing. They don't want you happy. They want you consuming. Because here's the truth we've all stopped questioning. Your dissatisfaction is profitable. Your insecurity is a gold mine. Your longing is the business model. And if that pisses you off, well, it should. Because it means your unhappiness isn't some personal failure. It's the byproduct of a culture that thrives when you feel like you're not quite there yet. We've been sold a myth so aggressively, so completely, that most of us don't even recognize it as a lie anymore. That happiness can be purchased. That fulfillment lives in the package arriving tomorrow. That peace of mind is tucked inside a lifestyle brand. That the right car, the right jeans, the right appliance will somehow make your life click. Here's what's real. The average American spends $165 every single day. That's more than $60,000 a year on things we've been trained to think we need. And we're deep in debt. Consumer debt is over $17.7 trillion. Credit card debt alone averages $7,300 per household. We're paying to perform a version of life that isn't even making us happy. And we're calling that freedom. Come on. Keeping up with the Joneses is dumb. You are not the Joneses. You are you. And the second you stop trying to be them, you get to design a life that actually feels good to you. You want joy? You want freedom? Start by not buying into the lie. I say this not as someone preaching from the outside. I say this as someone who helped build the damn machine. My career started in advertising, and let me tell you, it's brilliant, it's creative, it's powerful, and it's manipulative as hell. The entire job is to create a problem in your mind, then sell you the solution. convince you that something's missing, and then point to a product that promises to make you whole. We didn't sell products. We sold status. We sold identity. We sold the illusion of enoughness. I used to work on campaigns that made people feel like they were almost there, but not quite. Just a few more clicks, a few more dollars, a few more status symbols away from finally feeling good. And I got good at it until I couldn't do it anymore. Because the deeper I got into this work, coaching leaders, studying positive psychology, and looking at the actual science of well-being and happiness, the more I realized we were selling poison and calling it purpose. Now, let me be clear here. This isn't about blaming people for wanting nice things. This is about seeing the trap clearly. You are stuck in a job you hate because you're trying to pay off things that gave you a dopamine rush and now sit in your garage unused. You're burned out because you've been running on a treadmill powered by other people's expectations. And you're in debt, not just financially, but emotionally, because you've been told that more is the only path to happiness. But this economy doesn't actually need you to be happy. It just needs you to keep buying. In The Day the World Stopped Shopping, J.B. MacKinnon breaks it down. If everyone consumed like the average North American, we'd need 5 planet Earths to sustain it. 5. That's how deep we are into excess. We are literally spending ourselves and the planet into oblivion. And we're doing it to impress people who are also pretending, who are also exhausted, who are also wondering why this life, this grind, this debt, this schedule still doesn't feel like enough. And for what? Another device? Another dopamine hit? Another outfit for another version of you that isn't even real? It's time to unplug from the performance. So what's the way out? It's not minimalism. It's not austerity. It's conscious rebellion. You don't need to live in a white box with 1 chair and a salt lamp. You just need to know who you're buying for. You or your ego. It's looking at the machine and saying, you don't get to decide what makes me valuable anymore. It's reclaiming your definition of happiness, not as a performance, but as a practice. Because the moment you stop buying into the lie is the moment you start building something real. Real joy, real alignment, real peace, not the stuff you can post, the stuff you feel in your bones. But this isn't just about knowing the problem. It's about reclaiming your choices. You don't need another mindset shift. You need a behavior shift. So let's start living like you mean it. Here's how to do it. First, audit your next purchase. Ask yourself, do I need this? Or do I need what it says about me? Identity purchases are the fastest route to financial regret. Second, save yourself some money and use what already exists. Libraries, borrowed tools, shared resources, clothing swaps. Your community has way more than you think. You just have to stop pretending that ownership equals worth. And start tracking your joy. Keep a felt good journal for a week. And yes, singing in the car and laughing at memes in bed counts. Track what actually leaves you feeling grounded, energized, and connected. I promise, it's not what's in your shopping cart. And if you're a business leader, my message is simple. Make less shit. Stop building disposable garbage. Stop engineering obsolescence. Stop pushing new when no one asked for it. Go back to making things that last. Design with quality. Invest in the people doing the work. Slow down. Serve something other than shareholder greed. Because business used to mean solving problems. Now it means creating them and then selling the solution. You can change that. We don't need more options. We need better ones. Look, you're not exhausted because you don't have enough stuff. You're exhausted because you've been chasing a version of happiness that was engineered to keep you empty. And the more you try to buy your way to enoughness, the further away it gets. But here's what they don't tell you. You can step off the treadmill. You can stop feeding the beast and start feeding yourself. The second you stop buying shit mentally, physically, emotionally, you start reclaiming your agency. And when you do, you get space. You get clarity. You get to wake up in a home that feels calm, not cluttered. You get to work not for status or survival, but because you've chosen something meaningful. You're not spending every hour grinding to afford a lifestyle you resent. You're designing a life you love. A happy American, they're not chasing relevance. They're rooted. They know who they are, and they're not performing it for anyone. They're connected. They're intentional. They've stopped outsourcing their worth and started building it day by day. They still want things. They're just no longer owned by them. A happy American knows joy isn't on back order. And that version of you, it's waiting right on the other side of no. No to the algorithm. No to the comparison. No to the next empty purchase. So here's the challenge. Unsubscribe from the lies and start designing something real. Subscribe to The Unhappy American. Share this episode with someone who's ready to stop buying their life and start living it. And for you, say it out loud. Say it proud. Stop buying shit. Start building something real, something true, something that actually feels like freedom. Because your happiness isn't hiding in the next sale. It's right here, waiting for you to choose it. This is your one life. Design it like you mean it.